Can anybody hear us?
0 viewers. I
Hi.
have such droopy eyebrows.
Do you
Yeah. I'm surprised I can see it all.
hear us? Hangout.
So supposedly I have 4 people watching this.
Oh, wait.
But
okay, you click so fast. I can't do a thing. You have to add these. You have to add them. Oh. Okay, guild. Guild 39. All right. That's great. All right. So, okay. Okay, it's already there. I think Jay is with us and Stephanie. Oh, Stephanie can't hear us. Is your microphone now?
can you see me? Hear me? The camera's on. Microphone's on. Click invite people.
We did. We invited a whole bunch.
Just click on it. Just
okay. Okay, let's see.
All right, we got 1 viewer. All right, who's on?
Who's on? Okay. Okay, Aaron can see Roshi and Destry. Can hear you fuzzy now. Jay and
right.
Stephanie, you're on the hangout. This is nice. Good. What do you think? All right, so these are the people that are on?
Yeah, according to this, these 4 people are on, watching. Okay. According to this, we only have 1 viewer.
Oh, those have not responded yet.
Right.
Chris and Tracy.
Yeah.
Such a button. You know what I'm going to try and do is do a multiple phone call. I don't know if that's possible.
Yeah.
Hey, Aaron, this isn't working for everyone. So I figured maybe I can just figure out, you know, yeah, I'm gonna. Do you know how to do more than 3 calls at once? Like you know, like a conference call or anything? What? Are you there?
See.
Love technology. Hi, I'm gonna merge your call and try to keep adding. It's you and Aaron so far. And all right, I'm gonna add more people. So you sent an invite for tomorrow, apparently. I don't know. But Jay didn't get it. I don't know. That must be Jay's thing, though.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm gonna try to keep adding calls to this, okay? Okay. Hold on. Yeah.
Oh, you can see us?
No, it's just like Skype. Sometimes it works well, sometimes it doesn't. But let's just try the calls. Hey, Jay, can you hold on? I'm going to try and keep adding calls to this and make it a conference, okay? Okay, hold on, you all. That wasn't good, was it? No. Okay. 3, 6, 6, 7, 3. Oh, man. So, okay, well, I'm gonna try and I think this is good. We've got some people online and some people's phones didn't work. I'll text them while we're talking. How about? Okay. So I went down to group 1 tonight, and the guy who was, he's like 2 years ahead of us with his guild. He had some very valuable advice. I was able to definitely ascertain that it's the connection. So you all were right at the here, the connection doesn't work. Oh, that's true. Can you come over here and do this instead of just being over there? Thank you. Okay. So we now know that it is the, what is it? What's wrong with it?
It's USB port. Essentially, it's the problem. Serial port. There's the problem.
Okay.
So yeah, it's kind of what we thought it was. The the serial port, and he did give us some other hints for doing it, like switching to the back of the computer, other things we're doing there. One thing I'm thinking about is, while we're still working on our HackerLink circuit, is see if we can like bring in laptops. Like I have a laptop here I can bring in. We got actually probably 2 laptops we can bring in from here.
Yeah.
Maybe see about other people want to see about setting up the Arduino hack thing on their laptop they can bring in. Maybe get like 3 or 4 working ones that way. That'll be working better. I'm going to basically see about tonight if I can get it working on one and see if I can get it testing. We've borrowed another HackerLink circuit, so we can try some of the programs before the night there, see if we can get it all kind of worked out, the major hitches there.
So group 1, basically they bring their own laptops from home unless a kid forgot theirs, and then they use the shop laptop in that case. Yeah. And so they are, and also the other thing that they said, which was really valuable, was that they let the kids split up into like 5, 6 clusters after the HackerLink was over. And they think that's a bad idea because they didn't know, and then the mentors started kind of tapering off, and nobody knew how to do whatever the mentor was doing if they were absent. So the kid would just like not know what to do the whole lesson.
Right.
So, and then I asked, I said, like, is this really a child-led learning? Like, and he just shook his head very emphatically, like, no way. You know, they don't know what they're doing. You know.
Right.
So his issue was that he thought the HackerLink circuit was extremely sophisticated, and the kids forgot what they learned immediately. You know, and most of them didn't do anything with the HackerLink afterwards. So he suggested it'd be a good idea to do something robotic with it right afterwards, like offer that as a group activity. So they utilize the HackerLink that they just completed and make something robotic with it. He said you could use some servos. I've actually seen like a bag full of tiny servos there. That, you know, we could use and put wheels on it and make it into a robotic thing.
Yeah. So we don't want to like dominate the conversation, kind of what we recently learned, and I just kind of want to get feedback on what do you all think about what's going on and direction to go and stuff like that. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think the kids would love it. The only thing for me is I don't own a laptop right now.
Yeah, understandable. We figured we'd share. Like, if we can get like 5 working laptops, then maybe we can just split them up into 5 groups with 5 mentors at each group, and just, you know, make sure that everybody takes a turn, because it's going to be people. So we want to make sure the kids don't ruin them. You know?
Well, one of the things that I want to just jump in here was Roshi and I were talking on the way home, was that some of the funner ones where the kids had a real sense of like play, like the BristleBot ones, which wasn't really high tech, but the kids had a lot of fun building the BristleBots, adding a bunch of stuff to it, creating the arena for it, and doing that kind of stuff where they're kind of structured play. And the frustrating with the HackerLink circuit was that Area Play was playing with the programs, which they can't because the computers don't work.
Yeah.
So I kind of want to.
And when it does work, they have such a good time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I think so. It might be a good idea, you know. Just I think there was like one family that said we're willing to bring 3 laptops, you know. So yeah, so if Esther and I bring 2 and they bring 3, we're set for next lesson. We can just, you know, download spending after doing 2 solderings, then spend the evening downloading the program and getting the kids in clusters of 5 and getting them to like test, you know, test out their program.
Sending out an email to see who has laptops and who they want to bring in, because
Absolutely. Absolutely, we might too. Yeah, that's okay. Yeah, I agree. I agree. I absolutely agree. I think that would be fabulous, you know. And by the way, these were laptops that were donated. The Guild laptops were donated by Pandora, which is where Chris Cook, one of the founders of Curiosity Hack, works. And yeah, and so I don't think we're part of a community that is lacking in the generosity. You know, we just need to.
Even in my work, they refresh computers once every 5 years. So
Right.
Right. You know, I think it'd be easy to find that happening.
Right.
That happen too.
Yeah.
My work is not totally refreshing laptops, but there's plenty who are.
I bet you there's
Well-
plenty. All we have to do is talk to Sam and then send an email out, or she can send an email out saying that, you know. It's just, yeah.
And I think once we kind of get beyond this, if we start like focusing on the fun projects after this,
Yeah.
because this, I mean, I feel like this is not has been the success I wanted to be with the HackerLink circuit. And I feel like we can get the technical information to them, but I feel like we need to kind of dial up the fun a little bit on the projects there, where they're doing a lot more of their own, you know, creative stuff that may not necessarily be technical. So the idea, like with robots, you know, they can decorate the robots, they can do a lot more things with the robots. They can that even though there's a kind of maybe a menu for how to assemble the robots, there's all the stuff they can do in addition to the usual stuff.
Yeah.
Like when they built the
I
cars.
absolutely agree, especially on a Friday night, that way they feel like they're just kind of naturally well, and they're just not their time stuff.
Yeah, I agree with that. And plus, we can also like show the parents how to download the program on their desktop. So when they finish their HackerLink projects, they're going to take it home. So like if any home, they can download the programs and do all kinds of things with the HackerLink.
Actually, I can probably do that tonight. Is an email on giving explicit instructions to the parents on how to program and how to install the Curiosity HackerLink program. So I have to do that myself still.
Yeah.
So I'm still working on that myself.
Well, you did some of it last night, so
Yeah.
it's fresh on your mind, and you can.
I
That's
have more to do.
So that was Destry talking. Yeah. So cool. So I think that would be great. And then I also saw Sam briefly, and so she said focus on the Oakland lab more now that she's delegated some of her duties to Jessica. You know, so that's great. That means we have more of a direct line to Sam and her attention. And her Sparks program is Monday after for the Monday group, which are the most seasoned parents. And actually, the guy who made the HackerLink is still one of the dads that goes to group 1. So we always know that we can just like crash their party and ask them questions, and they're really open and really able to. I mean, had I thought of it early, I'd have done this 2 months ago. I'd have like crashed their party 2 months ago and said, hey, what are you doing? And his immediate response was like, no, we'll use our own laptops, you know, because the kids want to take this stuff home and they want to, you know, play with it at home as well, which is something we just never had thought of. So,
Yeah.
So you know.
So I also want to say, like,
That's a good question.
the hesitation is that if they lose it,
You know,
if they something like
or
that,
break it.
or break it at home, then they're kind of at ground at point zero again.
Yeah.
And so it's sort of.
Well, I'm thinking we've got like maybe 5 or 6. If we go at this speed, which I think we should really slow down.
Right.
But if we go at the speed we're going, we're going to be done in 5 lessons.
Yeah. Right. We've got like 2 lessons of soldering left, and then prepping the shield
and
around
then the pouch.
and the pouch.
And the pouch is actually.
but, we're gonna say, we'll bring in, and then,
Yeah, I think so. I think at this point, yes. I mean, we've got one problem that Celeste on backwards, and so she's going to be kind of at that spot.
Oh, and also it was discovered tonight that Miles's Hackerling Miles's Arduino works, but once you connect it to the controller, the whole thing doesn't. It's just cut off. Something is shorting it.
Yeah.
So that's Miles C.
yeah, that's the same behavior that's like that. So you just need to look at every little component and see what's backwards.
He did take it apart and we did look carefully, and it seems like he's got a lot of points that are not soldered.
Yeah.
So there's a reason why he's always early,
Yeah.
We gotta be on that kid. He's early because he's not doing it.
Yeah. But anyway, I kind of want to jump a little bit here. Jay was kind of this really great idea that we were talking about last time. Do you want to go into that, or about the extra project sort of idea there?
Yeah, I was just kind of thinking, like, we have, like, structured time, and people are, supposed to come to a certain session, and they can complete it. Get those completed, but we just have something, that makes this, like, on a sheet that, is a project to do or something.
I agree. I think it'd be great. Like, just have written out directions, like, if you change the number after the loop, it might change the frequency, play around with that, blah, blah, blah. And we just give him, that direction written down so he can just sit at a laptop and try and figure it out. Is that what you mean?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, that's what we kind of visual, kind of change in the visual or something for the flavor or whatever. But it's something where you have to kind of just change what you have.
Yeah.
I agree. I think that's a great idea. That's a great idea. Yeah.
Maybe something that we covered last, previous week or something that we feel like was kind of maybe that we didn't get to.
Yeah.
A lot of those programs we didn't use because of the program not responding error.
Yeah.
We should probably learn how to get that daily. Maybe another make it work and then change it. See what happens.
Right. It's like the time when we had the speakers. They did the speakers. They were given the program to change the sound and try to see if they make it faster, slower. Yeah.
So everything kind of broke down after the speaker lesson, like they never got to play around like that again. So how about every lesson from now on to the end, we kind of backtrack and do that on like laptops, I think that would be good, and it would slow them down. It would slow them down a little bit,
Yeah.
There's just the option. I mean, my kids are really happy to see that whatever we did worked. Like, that's for him to report when they were testing, we can test them.
Yeah.
He just gets super excited about, like, oh my God, I mean, that might go on, or, and then, when he gets done, like, here's another thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Here's another little change you can make.
Yeah. How did Stephanie, you remember I had the older Miles sit with Marcus and play around a little? Like, how did that go? Because they were doing a little bit extra work there.
Oh, absolutely fine. And then, and Marcus, when he said he supposed to go to Lego, so that would be that.
Yeah.
He gets something that's not another kid, and start doing stuff,
Yeah.
I think they're also, each component that we add to the shield, and each building something, and there is something inherently cool about that, itself. You're building something pretty cool.
Yeah.
I remember the other kids, and every Friday I just can't, we got a toilet today?
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Okay, great. So next time we do this, we'll be more on it. We'll get the conference call done a lot better than this. Sorry, this was a lot of technical difficulties. So we'll stick to conference calls because it seems to be working, right?
yeah. So, well, let's see if we can get the hang of it to work, because when we get that to work, it'll be a lot easier than trying this conference call.
I think whatever works.
Yeah, this
My
works.
experience with Google Hangout is that sometimes it's not reliable. The sound is not reliable.
Yeah.
Sometimes it is.
Well,
Sometimes Skype's better.
we can text and type and stuff like that while doing that, so it's a good type conversation as well. And they affect the Hacker Link circuit. So for this coming week, do you want to kind of split up the tasks again to try to keep it from being on, so we've got, somebody want to look at the programs and stuff. I will see about setting up the instructions on how to set up the Arduino and the Hacker Link stuff on people's personal computers.
Anybody have a lead on thermal goggles? That would be so cool to have, to see if the infrared LEDs work. They show infrared. They show infrared signal. Like you put them on your eyes and you can see infrared. Yeah. I'll keep searching. I'm really on the lookout for a pair, and the kids can take turns putting them on and seeing if their LEDs, their IR LEDs are working or not. You know, it'll be so cool. Plus, we were never able to find out for sure if the program worked, if they could be tested. So we're gonna try and work that tonight, me and Destry, because we have. We've
already completed one.
We've already completed Hacker Link, so now we have 2 Hacker Links at home and 2 laptops, and we're going to try and see if we can send and receive.
I will not be there on Friday.
Oh, what a pity.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. All right, but you'll be there Wednesday for the training, right?
I will be there Wednesday.
Fantastic. We'll see you all Wednesday then. That's great. And then, how do you guys all feel about putting them in solid groups of 4 kids per table and having 1 mentor at that table? Like each table have 1 mentor just stationed there, because it's a little. I think it's a bit chaotic with people walking around and people grabbing people, and it's like. No, these laptops from people's homes, we need it to be a little more concentrated, and we need the adult supervision to be a little more, Okay, cool. So we're all agreed on that. All right. Excellent.
Okay. So does anybody want to help with the lesson plan for this
I'll
coming week?
do the lesson.
Well, okay, but also well, if everybody looks over the steps there. You keep kind of ahead of it, so.
Yeah. So I think for.
I haven't looked over the steps. I'll look them over and try to think of some things to do, I guess.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, even the stuff that's going back to older ones.
Yeah,
Like
because
going
we've
back
got a
to,
lot to cover.
like we go back as well. Right, or even if there's a way to have the buttons turn the lights on and off, sort of thing.
Yeah.
It's,
And also we did the infrared LEDs in the receivers, and they weren't able to test it at all. So we've got to backtrack. We've got to cover that.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's every lesson we're gonna have to cover from lesson 10 onward.
Right.
We're at lesson 20 now. We have to backtrack and do a lot more with stuff that we never had time to do.
Yeah. But,
So instead of just racing ahead, because the kids kind of push us, oh, give us more, give us more, give us more, and they haven't tested this stuff out. We need to slow them down a little bit. We can't let them be in the driver's seat. We kind of need to be in the driver's seat.
So is that
Yeah.
So yeah, that's about it for this time. So I also kind of want to push out there ideas for stuff to do after the Hackerling circuit, because I think it's a good idea if we start thinking about stuff now and keep our eyes open for good projects now, and that way, in a month or so or 6 weeks when we're done with the Hackerling circuit,
Yeah.
we can say next week we're doing robots or cars or something else,
Yeah.
and to have those as options for kids.
One of the things that everybody has,
Mm-hmm.
and usually one of the ideas that is started with the electronic deck.
Yeah.
That should be done in one day.
Yeah, absolutely. That can be done. Yeah.
We can pick the kind of the three, they get to do a little thing and one Friday night and they get to take it home. They love that.
Yeah.
That's true.
So yeah, so that's the kind of thing. So let's keep our eyes open for projects, and I mean not this second, but then we can kind of see like, okay, what can we do to expand it, to increase the fun, to what concepts can we also kind of slip in there to teach them at the same time while they're having fun. That sort of
Reinforce
thing.
what they learned in the hacker,
Right.
which was kind
Yeah.
of sort of on a fast forward pace. So
Yeah.
they need to like maybe reabsorb some of those things.
Yeah.
And keep in mind that if you're thinking of projects for a month or two from now, Chris will need at least 2 weeks heads up. He orders online, and then you have to leave time for shipping and all that.
Yeah. Okay. That is true. Yeah, there's a whole mentors mail. I'll probably kick something out of that as well.
Yeah, did you guys see our email? So you guys all part of that. You see our Okay, good. Okay, excellent.
Am I
Hey,
early
Chris.
or late?
We're actually
Sorry.
doing it on a cell phone because we couldn't get through to people out. So
Oh, okay. I lost
Yeah.
my glasses, so all I have are these prescription sunglasses. So
Okay.
what should I be doing?
We'll remember that, Stephanie. Don't worry. So now Chris is actually
On the Google Hangout.
Well, the rest of you are on the conference call, which is
Is
fine.
it
I
8
think
o'clock or
I'll just-
8:30?
We'll just tell them what happened, and like the biggest issue we had was
Yeah.
the laptops.
Here, let me
and
text
we're
this
all
in.
in agreement about that. I mean, I've already talked to Chris about this, and he's in agreement. I've already talked to Tracy about this, and she's in agreement, and heck, I think Nico and Mateo's parents actually brought their own laptops from home anyway. So, I think
Jessica,
we're all
was
on
it
the
at
same
8
page here. All
or at
is right up
8:30?
this meeting to everybody, so everybody's on the same page. Yay, Wednesday evening. We'll see you at the shop. Thank you, everybody.
Okay. So yeah, can you hear me all right, Chris?
Yeah, can you hear me?
So okay. All right. Well, we did the meeting on the phone. We tried calling around. I think we couldn't get through to you. We did kind of this kind of lame conference call, but it kind of worked.
It was
Okay.
not lame.
It was very excellent. Roshi had an excellent idea for it.
What was it at 8
Did you
o'clock?
see
My
that?
alarm. I had it in my
No,
calendar
I'm
for
so
8:30.
sorry. We just had technical difficulties. That's all.
Yeah.
No.
So we'll work out
Hopefully
the
we'll work it out next time.
we'll work it out better. So the
Okay.
basic idea is we're thinking about having people bring in their own laptops. I've downloaded on the laptop at home here. We'll see if I can get that set up here, so that way we can kind of have another chance again the laptops to work. We don't have a lot more left on to soldering on for the Hyperlink circuit, and I think like in a month or so we'll be pretty much done with it. So we're kind of looking ahead for the projects afterwards, like robots or cars, or I have no ideas what to look at with the eyes. It looks like I'm looking at the wrong place at all the time there. So
Well, what we did was we
That's
actually went to the guild tonight. We went to the shop tonight and talked to one of the guys who's the founder of Guild One. And they're 2 years ahead of us. They did this project 2 years ago. And, you
Hold on,
know, he
hold
had
on.
some really valuable.
All I heard, the audio's cutting out, so I'm gonna turn my video off.
Eek.
Okay, try again.
Is that any better? Can you hear us now?
Well, we'll see. Start over with you went to the shop.
We went to the shop and we talked to the guy who is one of the founders of the Guild One, and they did the Hackerling 2 years ago. And two of the best, most important advice he had for us was, yeah, bring laptops from home. That's what we do. We just only use the laptops in the shop when somebody's forgotten to bring their own. And two, you know, the Hackerling circuit is very, very sophisticated. And if you don't utilize it afterwards, they totally forget what they learned. And they don't use it at all. It just sits on a shelf. They don't do anything with it.
Sorry, now you're cutting out again. So, you know what? I'll just catch up on Wednesday.
Yeah, we'll talk to you on Wednesday. Yeah. I'll send meeting notes. I'll send meeting notes. Can you hear me?
Say that last thing again.
Eek.
It just keeps cutting out.
I will send meeting notes. I'll email them.
So, hold on.
Okay.
All
right.
I'm going to finish this by text, if I can.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay,
So
I'll talk to you
my
Wednesday.
camera off.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So we'll send out a meeting thing. So.
Yep.
Thank
All right.
you.
Bye.
Yeah, bye.
Oh.
That was disappointing. This
This is how it is.
Yeah.
This is how it is.
And broadcast.